A young Jehovah's Witness commented on one of my videos this week, saying that they'd recently lost their privileges. Other terms for losing your privileges might be publicly reproved, public shaming, shunning, disfellowshipping. So these are all disciplinary tactics, methods that Jehovah's Witnesses use if someone doesn't follow the rules or they do something that's not allowed. Some have thought I was disfellowshipped. I was never disfellowshipped. They would have to have grounds for disfellowshipping. So instead of disfellowshipping me, they held a public shaming talk, which is in front of about 100 people. And they talk about all the things you've done wrong publicly. And the thing that they most had a problem with me over was my love of fitness. So they said that I put fitness ahead of God. They say exercise is only beneficial for little, so things like this, it's a no-no. So back to the top, a young Jehovah's Witness comments saying that they've lost their privileges, they're really upset. I know when this first happens, like the public shaming talks and the shunning and the disfellowshipping and the loss of privileges, it seems like the end of the world. Let me just remind you of what you're missing out on or what you're losing. And I've wrote these out. So one of these so-called privileges is having to go stand on stage in front of about 100 people or more and give a talk or a speech, which you usually spend like weeks preparing. And for people who don't love being up on stage in front of others, this can be like really stressful. Next privilege is commenting. So once again, in front of like 100 or more people, multiple times per meeting. So yeah, you have to like study ahead of time and come up with your answer and give that in front of everyone. Again, stressful for those who don't love speaking in front of a big crowd. Okay, next privilege, if you're a guy only, girls can't get this privilege, you would do the mics, and that means you're holding the microphone for other people while they give their comments. So you walk up and down and you like hand the mic to them. Another privilege, and again, this is only for guys or boys, to work the sound system and adjusting microphones, so you're missing out on that privilege. The young one who commented on my video said that they had to sit at the back of the hall, they couldn't sit at the front, and nobody could talk to them. They were viewed as bad association. So in a nutshell, privileges to me kind of sound like chores, stuff you never really wanted to do in the first place, but let's call them privileges. If it were at home, it would be like, you can't clean your room or do the dishes this week. You can't even make your bed. Okay, does this put this a little bit into perspective? Privileges aren't actually privileges. They're just like chores that now you don't have to do.